Ontario. Ontario is one of the 13 provinces and territories of Canada located in the central Canada. It is Canada's most populous province with 38.3% of the country's population and is the second largest province by total area after Quebec. Ontario is Canada's fourth largest jurisdiction in total area, when the territories of the Northwest Territories and Nunavut are included. It is home to the nation's capital city, Ottawa, and the nation's most populous city, Toronto, which is Ontario's provincial capital. Ontario is bordered by the province of Manitoba to the west, Hudson Bay and James Bay to the north, and Quebec to the east and northeast, and to the south by the U.S. states of from west to east Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York. Almost all of Ontario's 2,700 kilometers border with the United States follows inland waterways from the westerly Lake of the Woods eastward along the major rivers and lakes of the Great Lakes St. Lawrence River drainage system. There is only about 1 kilometer of actual land border made up of portages, including Height of Land Portage on the Minnesota border. The great majority of Ontario's population are arable land in the southern Ontario, and while agriculture remains a significant industry, the region's economy depends highly on manufacturing. In contrast, northern Ontario is sparsely populated with cold winters and heavy forestation, with mining and forestry making up the region's major industries. Ontario is a term thought to be derived from indigenous origin, word meaning Great Lakes, or beautiful water or sparkling water. In Iroquoian language, Ontario has about 250,000 freshwater lakes. The first mention of the name Ontario was in 1641, when Ontario was used to describe the land on the north shores of the easternmost part of the Great Lakes. It was adopted as the official name of the new province at Confederation in 1867. In the 2021 census, Ontario had a population of 17,223,000 people. The largest population centers in Ontario are Toronto, Ottawa, Hamilton, Kitchener, London, and Oshawa, which all have more than 300,000 inhabitants. The majority of Ontarians are of English or other European descent, including large Scottish, Irish, and Italian communities. Slightly less than 5% of the population of Ontario is Franco-Ontarian, that is, those whose native tongue is French, although those with French ancestry account for 11% of the population. In 2021, 52.1% of the population was Christian, with the largest religious denominations being the Roman Catholic Church with 26% of the population and United Church of Canada with 4.1%. Other religions including Islam 6.7%, Hinduism 4.1%, 31.6% of the Ontarian has no religious affiliation. The principal language of Ontario is English, the province's de facto official language, with approximately 97.2% of the Ontarians having proficiency in the language, although only 69.5% of the Ontarians reported English as their mother tongue in the 2016 census. English is one of the two official languages of Canada, with the other being French. English and French are the official languages of the courts in Ontario. In Canada, education falls under provincial jurisdiction. Publicly funded elementary and secondary schools are administered by the Ontario Ministry of Education, while colleges and universities are administered by the Ontario Ministry of Training, College and Universities. The Minister of Education is Stephen Rich. The Minister of College and Universities is Les Romano, and the Minister of Labour, Training and Skills Development, Monte McNaughton. Higher education in Ontario includes post-secondary education and skills training regulated by the Ministry of Training, College and Universities and provided by universities, colleges of applied arts and technology, and private career colleges. The Canadian Constitution provides each province with the responsibility for the higher education, and there is no corresponding national federal Ministry of Higher Education. Outdoor recreation is popular in southern Ontario, and the region is home to numerous cultural events and festivals. There is no single regional dish in southern Ontario, but fish and wild games such as walaye and moose are popular. Portrine, a dish that originated in Quebec and is popular in northern Ontario, can also be found in the region. In 2019, the Government of Ontario passed legislation that established by Poet Laureate of Ontario. In 1973, the first slogan to appear on license plates in Ontario was "Keep It Beautiful." This was replaced by "Yours to Discover" in 1892, apparently inspired by a tourism slogan, "Discover Ontario," dating back in 1927. Plates with French equivalent "Ta à découvrir" were made available in public beginning in May 2008. "A Place to Stand, A Place to Grow" is a song commissioned by the Government of Ontario for its pavilion in Expo 67 and the unofficial anthem of the province. As a part of the Canada 150th celebration in 2017, the provincial government released an updated rendition. In 2007, the Provincial Tourism Agency commissioned a new song, "There Is No Place Like This," is featured by television advertising, performed by Ontario artists including Johnson, Brian, Ruin, Kesha Hunt, as well as Tony Switch and Akers. The province has professional sports teams in baseball, basketball, Canadian football, ice hockey, lacrosse, rugby league, rugby union, and soccer. Clubs include Niagara Ice Dog Ice Hockey, Atletico Ottawa Soccer, Belleville Senators Ice Hockey, Forge FC Soccer, Golf Nighthawkers Basketball, Hamilton Honey Badgers Basketball, Hamilton Tiger Cats Football, KW Titans Basketball, London's Lightning Basketball, Niagara River Lion Basketball, Ottawa Blackjacks Basketball, Ottawa Red Blacks Football, Ottawa Senators Ice Hockey, Ottawa Titans Baseball, Raptors 905 Basketball, Sudbury 5 Basketball, Toronto Argonauts Football, Toronto Arrows Rugby Union, Toronto Blue Jays Baseball, Toronto FC Soccer, Toronto FC2 Soccer, Toronto Maple Leafs Ice Hockey, Toronto Maris, ice hockey, Toronto Raptors, basketball, Toronto Lacrosse, Toronto Wolfpack, Rugby League, Windsor Express basketball, and York United FC soccer. Notable people from Ontario includes Bryan Adams, Justin Bieber, Drake, Nelly Furtado, Cardinal Official, Avril Lavigne, Shania Twain, and The Weeknd. Other people from Ontario including Sir Frederick Banting, co-discoverer of insulin, Dr. Charles Best, co-discoverer of insulin, Dr. Norman Bethune, physician, pioneered the use of in-field blood transfusion during the Spanish Cold War, joined the communist guerrilla in China in the 1930s. Dr. Roberta Bonda, astronaut, neurologist from Sault Ste. Marie. Dr. Robert Buchanan, oncologist, president of Humanists Association of Canada. Matthew Evans, inventor, created and patented the first incandescent of light bulb in 1874, 5 years before Thomas Edison's U.S. patent. Dr. Reuben Franks, physician and inventor, developed fast anti-gravity or G-suit, now used by air crews and astronauts, also noted by his work in cancer research. Dr. James Naismith, physician, inventor of basketball. Daniel David Palmer, founder of chiropractic. In Ontario, you can travel by air, railway, roads, and waterways. There is St. Lawrence Seaway, which extends across most of southern portion of the province and connects to the Atlantic Ocean, is a primary transport route for cargo, particularly iron ore and grains. Ontario province nickname: Royal begins, Royal remains. Country: Canada Confederation, 1st July 1867. Its capital: Toronto. Its total area: 1,076,395 square kilometers. Land area: 892,411 square kilometers. Water area: 158,654 square kilometers. Ranked 4th, or 10.8% of Canada by area. Its total population add up to 14,223,942. Ranked first by population. Demonym Ontarian. Official language English. Time zone: east of 90th meridian west, UTC +5 east. Summer DST, UTC +4 west of 90th meridian west, except Atikokan and Pico Lake, UTC +6. CST, Summer DST, US +5 CDT. Atikokan and Pico Lake, UTC +5 east. Thank you very much for being with us. Today we have focused about one of the 10 provinces of Canada, which is Ontario. See you in other upcoming videos where we'll be talking about the remaining provinces and territories of Canada. Bye.